Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren, the film student extraordinaire, and today I'm going to be talking about how to stay positive during the job search. I was kissing you with my eyes open. Quick note. Some of you who may follow me on other social media platforms may have noticed that I actually just got an internship offer that I have accepted with Madison Square Garden Entertainment. However, I prepared all the stuff for this video before I found that out. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Now that's been clarified, I wanted to talk about this because a bunch of recently, you just feel kind of down in the dumps, I think, when you're just like applying to places. I'm applying to internships, but you applying to any kind of job. And it just can be very discouraging because so many places you apply to don't even tell you no. Like, you just never hear back from them ever again. And it's like you putting all this time and effort and energy into filling out these applications, maybe writing cover letters or, putting together your portfolio or your reel, etc. And then like nothing. It's like you get that, generic, we have received your application, we'll let you know, maybe, and then Zippo. And I just was like trying to boost myself up, and I thought, why not kind of boost everybody up? So that's what inspired this video. I wrote down some like little tips and tricks that I'm gonna be going over, and yeah, if you think of anything that I don't include in this video, please feel free to leave it down below in the comments so that anyone else who may find the video can, enjoy the positivity as well. I'm not a professional like career planner or anything, but I do feel like I have a decent amount of at least student hand experience. I don't even think that's really a phrase, student hand experience, but I've applied to a lot of things already. I applied to over 70 places for my internship last semester, and I was nearing 50 for my internship last summer, and I was nearing 50 applications for this upcoming summer, and I would have been doing a lot more except that I got a job offer. So I've applied to a lot of places. I know that some people I know for real jobs applied to over hundreds. So I do not by any means want to imply that I've done more work than anybody else. I just wanted to explain my background a little more, I guess. So the first thing is that you're not alone. I know, I'm in a creative field, so I know a lot of people from my business minor and then of course my sister who are in STEM and other stuff, and they find out about positions so much faster. So it can sometimes feel like all the people I know are getting stuff done and getting accepted. So it's hard to realize that people don't necessarily promote the fact that they haven't gotten an offer. So sometimes it feels like you're the only one not celebrating some kind of acceptance, but really a lot of people are in the same boat as you. And that's not to make you feel like, wow, we're all depressed down. It's just like, this is a hard thing for anybody to get a job, especially in conditions like this. I mean, I'm looking for an internship, but I know my current, the entertainment field, it's a lot harder getting full-time positions right now, and I'm incredibly lucky that I'm at least being able to have an internship, even though it may be remote over the summer. Then the next thing I wrote down, no particular order, is to not take it personally. I definitely used to suffer from this a lot more. Now I think I'm maybe a little bit better. It's like it gets worse, I think, the more farther along you go in the job search, if you've had interviews. But it's like, what's wrong with me? I'm a great person, I'm talented, whatever. Why don't they want me for this job? And it's like, there's just so many people. I know some places you don't even get past their resume because, they're scanning and looking for certain key terms, and even if you try to match the job description or whatever, it just doesn't always work out, or they're just looking for something else. And I'm trying to have a more positive spin, even though it's not personal, if they don't think you're the right place for you're the right fit for the company may not be the right fit for you. So that's not to say if you don't get your dream job right away, to not apply for it in the future, but it's not about you in the situation really. And I think that trying to take that out, we want to believe we're not just a number applying for this job, but you really are, especially in the beginning stages. But I had an interview recently for something that I got rejected from, and I was like, oh, we had a good conversation. I mean, I didn't say that, but I thought that. And it's hard to be like, wow, what was it about me they didn't like? And you know, you sometimes never really know about that, but it's really not about you. And this is a hard thing for me to deal with because sometimes I think I'm the center of the universe. At least I'm the center of my own universe. So sometimes it's hard to believe we're not the center of other people as well, but we're not. Take advantage of resources to stay positive. This may sort of feel like, well, that sounds like work, but I think it helps to stay positive because it makes you feel like you're doing something. If you're in college, there's probably a career center. If you're not in college, there's probably some kind of community resources out there, or there might be stuff at like the library, or maybe you have friends who'd be willing to take a look at your resume or help you with cover letters or something, or, you know, LinkedIn profiles if that's something you're into. Just someone to help you kind of bolster up your brand, rework things. I think if you take advantage of local resources and, you know, apply them to yourself, it can really help you to feel like you're still working towards something and you see more direct results. Like you can see the difference between your resume one day and the next day, or like your LinkedIn profile or your cover letter, like formatting, and you're like, okay, I'm making progress, even if you're not seeing that progress coming back in like interview requests or skill assessment requests or job offers. Or at least you're seeing some kind of progress, and I think that's super, super important. And I just like love the Career Center at Temple, and I recommend anyone who has any access to any kind of resources like to take advantage of them, because you can never like go wrong by helping yourself. Okay, so the next thing is like really similar. It's just to polish up / update your LinkedIn profile, which I already talked about, and like utilizing your network. This also helps because when you kind of reach out to your network, you realize who else might be in your boat. So this kind of goes back to one where you realize you're not so alone. There's a lot of people out there, and you know, you help people, people help you, and that's what, you know, like your pals do. Especially if, I mean, I haven't done a lot of networking, but I have spoken to some people on LinkedIn that then got me like a one-time job or something, or my cousin actually helped me to do this volunteer video project for a company that, because a friend of hers was looking for somebody. So, you know, I wasn't necessarily paid for that, but I really appreciated doing the work for this group. It's a nonprofit in Philadelphia, and I wouldn't have gotten that without my cousin. So it really does sometimes come back to who you know. I know it depends on the field, but never hurts to have a professional face for your network. And assuming that whoever's watching this video obviously has resources to some kind of screen, it is totally free to make a LinkedIn profile. You can pay for the premium, but it's totally free for the like regular one, and that's what I have. I don't need the premium. Now I'm thinking, like, you may think, okay, I did all I could do right now. Like, I've polished up all my stuff, I've reached out to my network, I've applied to places and nothing's happening. Do not beat yourself up. Just, I'm not good at this either, but you have to be patient. You know, you've kind of set all the traps, you know, you've laid the bait. Now you just need some unsuspecting mouse to go for the cheese, you know? And I hope that came across correctly. So you just have to like be patient and don't beat yourself up. Don't say like, I should have done this, should have done that. Like if there's something you realize you should have done, don't think of it as, wow, I made all these mistakes, I'm so stupid. Think of it as, okay, I've learned this and I can apply that to me and my possible jobs in the future. So always take everything as you're learning, and you know, if you don't kind of be down on yourself, you can do a lot better about yourself, and that helps you stay positive. Now I want to talk about a couple ways that I think can help you to stay positive, in the sense that they helped me to stay positive with the job search. So the job search specifically as in searching for the job, not like bolstering yourself up, staying positive, but literally when it comes to the applications. And I think this is like a dual step. So the first thing is numbers are your friend. And you might be thinking, well, duh. But like really, like I applied, as I said, I applied to over 70 once and almost 50 this past time to get a position. And you never really know like who's gonna think, oh, your resume is good, like who's gonna move you to an interview and so forth. Like you just need to have as many options as possible. And that means you gotta apply. I do not recommend though applying to places you're not actually genuinely interested in working, because first of all, if you make it to an interview, like they'll totally know they're not really genuine, and you're gonna be wasting your time during the application process filling out applications for stuff you're not interested in. So I recommend you apply to a lot of places, but do not do it in like cramming sessions. Make yourself a routine. So I made myself a schedule, and at one point I was applying to 2 places a day. And that sounds really manageable. Now you want to make sure you're looking to see like what deadlines are, so don't miss a deadline for something you really want to do. And of course, if something suddenly comes up and you're like, oh my god, I need to apply to this, you can apply to 3. Or, you know, if you're very busy, like, you don't apply to any, or just apply to 1. It's a flexible schedule, but it's really beneficial, I think, to have some kind of routine that makes you feel like you're being productive and you're not overwhelming yourself. Because nothing was more discouraging to me than like applying to 5 jobs like kind of in a row and knowing that I probably wasn't gonna hear anything from any of them. Like I was like, wow, this is useless. But if you just do a couple a day, then you know you're making progress, you're moving towards your goal, but you're not burning yourself out. Because once you're burned out, it's really like hard to just do 1 again after you feel like totally drained. At least it was for me. Now to kind of go back to, we're moving away from the job specifically and just how to stay positive. So I recommend, because like this is what I did, like I've been coloring so much lately, and it's like just a little hobby, it's fun for me. Find, you know, keep up with those hobbies or activities that you enjoy. Like for me, I like doing jigsaw puzzles, Sudoku, you know, drawing, coloring, so reading, you know, find these things to keep you busy and so you can enjoy regardless of whether you have the job you're looking for or you're still searching or whatever, because these things are things that can just help calm your mind and remind you that you just have so much to offer besides just this job. You have interests, and you know, don't give up on them, because you know then you're really giving up on yourself. Also, if there's anyone in your life that's like just toxic, whether they're whoa, my god, I thought someone was about to burst through my door, but god, that was terrifying. You know, if someone's, I don't know if the nagging really counts as toxic, but if people are just being really negative or they're always making you feel bad about yourself, you know, shut them out. You don't need them right now. Like, you're already in a hardish place. Like, you're already trying to stay positive right now in this time. So it's not rude to tell people like that you need some space from them for whatever reason, or you don't even need to give them a reason. People have to understand that sometimes just because you feel a certain way, like that's enough validation right there. You can consider doing like positive affirmations like I am worthy, I will get the job I deserve, etc. But like, it's not totally manifesting. I don't really believe in manifesting, because like I can sit here and think I want to work at Disney, but like if I don't actually apply to work at Disney or like do anything, that's not gonna happen. So you can't just tell yourself these things. But I think it is helpful. Like I have a mirror that says you're gorgeous on it, and it's just like a nice boost. So as long as that's not the only thing you're like relying on, I think it can be really nice to have these affirmations, tell yourself things. Because also, like, by clarifying things you want, like sort of manifesting, like I want this, I want that. Once you know what you want, you know your destination, you can plot out the roadmap to get there. But you have to ultimately plot out the roadmap and actually follow through with it. I guess that's it. I hope any of these things were helpful to you, and just like I got rejected, and I imagine this video would have turned out differently if I'd filmed it before I got my job offer for the summer. But you know, as I've been really stressed out trying to apply to things and discouraged that so many positions like aren't exactly what I imagined they would be because of everything going on, or they're just less than they were last year. So I don't understand exactly how you feel because I don't know you or your situation, but I think I can relate enough to, you know, if you're searching for a position right now and it's really tough. So I literally, like, I'm sending out all my best wishes for you, and I don't know you, but I will be praying for you and your health and your happiness this year. And that's it. So yeah, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Remember, comment down below if you have any tips or tricks of staying positive during the job search or anything like that. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell wherever it is so you don't miss my other videos. And I'll see you next time.